Hey y'all, I am a good, a good 20 minutes late. What's up, everybody? Hey y'all, hey Instagram, hey Facebook. My apologies for coming on late today. I'm trying to get so much glare off of you guys, and unfortunately, it's looking like I'm using a different laptop today. So Facebook, y'all are a different color than normal. I hope y'all can see me well. Hey everybody, what's up, Mommy Talk Show? Hey y'all, what's up, friends over? Hey Business Bully, everybody over. Hey Latanya Seahorn, what's up, cousin? Everybody over on Instagram, everybody over on Facebook. Okay, so I'm gonna try to make today a little shorter, but y'all definitely come in with questions and definitely interact with me. But your girl got bitten up in in DR, so I've been giving myself oatmeal baths and covering myself with ice. So yeah, the ants and the mosquitoes got me, but we had a really good time. Other than that, got to have a little mommy break. But I have been doctoring on myself. If y'all see a little white, it's from the little oatmeal. It's from the oatmeal. So what's up? Y'all know there's no shame in my game, and that is part of me being who I am and what I want to talk about today. So every Sunday we do something called Mom Chat. And Mom Chat is everything we need, whether it's talking about parenting, love, money, business, all the things that I love to discuss. Thank goodness I made it back. Girl, y'all can hush with that. DR was absolutely safe. Y'all know I speak Spanish. Everything was great. We had no issues. There were people there from all over the world. And so we have to stop letting certain sources of media like stop us from living. So I did a whole Facebook on that. It's still up on my personal page, but we'll talk about that another time. Some great traveling tips. And what this trip reminded me to do is because I don't swim, folks who got in the water didn't have any problems. You know, maybe there's something that your body emits that blocks mosquitoes once you get in the pool. So next time I need to do that, I just put my feet in. So hey y'all hey Shay over on Facebook. So I'm Kaywanda Lamb, the winning single mom. Y'all know that I've been doing this thing about 6 years. I absolutely love writing and speaking and teaching wherever I can, and especially to my single mamas, because I have a passion for us to help us live better lives, right? So my whole mission is to help you level up, right? Where it relates to your love, your money, your household, right? Let's get all those things in order so we can truly live. I was able to go to DR this week with one of my best friends, planned it a couple months ago and took off because I set my life up to do that. And when my children were little, I was still gallivanting around the world. I went to Costa Rica when they were 5 and 3. Holla, mama gonna see y'all. And of course I left them with people that I love, trusted, respected, and knew that they would be okay. And I've done Peru and Jamaica and Barbados and wherever else I've gone, LA and New York and all these places with children, being a single mom, setting up my system that supports me. And now they're 17 and 19. So I was like, here's food, here's money. And I FaceTime them every couple of days, chatted with them. They have my car, the oldest has a car, they're good. Have my family and friends on standby just in case. And so, I don't want us to stop living and get to the end of our lives and say, well, I wish I would have, right? So don't let the media get y'all down. All right, let's talk about what we want to discuss today. So last week I was supposed to come on and talk about marketing 101, and I really wanted to just kind of go through a whole bunch of what we need for marketing. But I realized this week when I was in DR, the thing that helps you attract people to you, right, is being your authentic self. And y'all see that I have decided to show up as my authentic self. I'll get tickled in the middle of telling you something. And for people who get me, who understand that I'm a brilliant individual who can actually help them live their best lives, they stay tuned. They don't let the fact that I'm goofy stop them, right? And I'm not goofy all the time, just sometimes, right? But I get to be me. I get to be multi-passionate. And the people who understand that are attracted to me. People who don't, it's okay. It's okay, because they're probably not my forte either. So I want you really, really, really and truly to know it is okay. First step to whatever I'm going to talk about tonight. It's for you to be you. You have to show up as who you are. Now, would I show up and just be all over the place, no notes, haven't thought about nothing, and give people a horrible experience? That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying whoever you are, you get to show glimpses of what that is. So I'm a single mother. I didn't have to hide that. There are some people who I didn't find out until years later, oh, you're a single mom? Because that's not a part of their brand. That's not a part of how they have chosen to show up. And for some of us, it's a stigma. And some people do try to, hold you back or put you down and say, oh, maybe you can't do this because you have these responsibilities. Even in our careers, folks will delegate to the guy and say, oh, this can't handle it because they don't have a 2-parent household. I mean, you wouldn't believe the things that people do, right? And so I get why some folks have chosen to not let that lead. But I let that lead because my market, the people who I've chosen to speak to are single mothers, the people who I feel like God has designed me to help and support and to teach and to talk to are single mothers. So that's why it's okay, right? And so I want you, when we're talking about marketing, this whole system, marketing is this whole system of how we get the word out about who we are and what we do and who we serve, right? And marketing isn't this thing that we do one time. It's constant, okay? Look at McDonald's. McDonald's constantly markets, okay? They're constantly, either whether it's on something when we open up a magazine, whether it's the newspaper, whether it's the coupons that come, whether it's the commercial that we see, whether it's the Super Bowl or just watching our favorite TV show, they have chosen to put their TV ads there, right? If it's on the radio and we hear somebody say, good, right? We know it's them. We don't even have to hear McDonald's. I'm always showing people things in Spanish, right? I'm always showing my students clips of whether it's a movie, a trailer, an ad, a song, a jingle, something in Spanish. And I'm like, look, you can tell that it's still McDonald's, even though it's in a different language. And so across the board, marketing is something that businesses have to do to survive. So if you've been sitting up saying, Kaywanda, I want to help people and I want to show up this way, and you're saying, but I don't want to market and I don't want to have to do that stuff. That stuff is technical, it's boring, it's this. You don't want to be in business because businesses exist. We talked about this already. Businesses exist to make money, right? If you want to have a business, one of the reasons why you're in business is to make money. Don't say, I don't care if I ever make a dime, I just want to help people. That's a hobby. You can go work for a charity. You can come help support me and mine, okay? But if you decide that you want to create a side hustle or a business, then that means you want to make money to support you and your family, and that is honorable, that is just, and that is good. So I will be using another laptop next time. Sorry, guys. I really thought this one, because it's brand new, would have a better image over on Facebook. So my apologies. But so that's bothering me. All right. Part of marketing, right? Part of marketing. And so you want people to see your stuff. You want that crisp image. You want that great look, because we sometimes only have that one time to impact our potential customer, to put an impression on them, right? And so let's talk about it. All right, so I was starting out saying marketing is this big old system. A part of marketing is the strategies and the tactics that we use. But marketing is just getting the message out about who you are. Most people know I'm going to be the big curly hair girl, right? The big curly hair, loves to laugh, passionate woman who loves God. She's going to speak at your churches, at your events. She's going to come and tear the freaking house down, igniting, empowering, impacting, and encouraging women. And when they leave, they're going to be like, oh my God, I can do this, right? Because Kaywanda said I should be able to do it anyway, no matter what, right? So part of my marketing is the way that I show up. Right? So part of my look, okay, when you see me, typically I got some curly hair, whether it's a little bit shorter than this, is my natural, or it's a wig, honey, because she loves to play in her hair. Then that's how people start to recognize me, right? I can be somewhere and they're hollering, is that you? I thought I saw you, because they know typically that's what I look like. Sometimes it's the color that I'm wearing. I'm wearing my brand colors. Part of my brand is navy. This isn't necessarily navy, but one of my brand colors is navy. So McDonald's, what do we see with them? We see that red and that yellow. I'm not going to give a marketing lesson today, but this is just a little precursor, all leading me up to what I'm about to tell you, okay? So again, marketing is this whole system. And one day I'll come back and we'll really break it down. But I want to give you a few things today that really changed my life and helped me to really show up for my customer. So there are millions of single mothers. In fact, we got like 38 million, okay? More than that, but 38 million is a hefty number that I wish we didn't have in the US alone, okay? A humongous part of that demographic, they only have the one-parent household, and many are living in poverty. And I was once there. And I can tell you about making a little bit of money and having some good peace of mind and all the bills paid and how I got to that point when my boys were much younger and I was still making $26,000 a year. Okay. Some good peace I had back then, right? Seems like more money, more problems. But hey, I'd like to have the more money, right? More access to happiness. Yes. And so that's why we're on talking about what we're talking about today. There's nothing wrong with making money. There's nothing wrong with leveling up. And there's nothing wrong with being where you are and working from there, because I want you to know it's okay to do that too. Now, how did I get to being this bubbly, exciting, just loving my life and do whatever I wanted to do person? Well, it took me having some bad times. It took me going through some crap and saying, I don't want to live like this. And it took me saying, who do I want to speak to if there are 38 million women? And I know I'm called to single mothers. And I feel like that's something that's within me that I just get so excited and revved up about. I want to speak to this group. That's your number one thing in your business. What's your group you want to speak to? Okay. So I told you I was leaving somewhere, right? Telling you a little bit of my story, but I'm going somewhere. You have to know who your market is so that you can market to them. Okay. So not only do I speak to single mothers, I speak to a certain type of single mothers. Okay. Majority of my following is African-American women because I'm African-American. It's just easier for people to look at me and say, oh, she kind of looks like me. Okay. Maybe she's had some similar experiences to me. And then my Caucasian sisters, I love them. They come along, they come over. My Hispanic sisters, I love y'all. They come on, they come over. Okay. And everybody else, falls in. But the majority of my following is African-American. So we do not want to say, hey, I'm just talking to everybody. There are going to be certain people that hone in and listen to your message. And years ago, a lot of people said you should speak to only African-American single mothers. And if I did that, I would have millions of folks by now. I would. But I said, no, I want to speak to single mothers who are within a certain group. Okay, so then I had to narrow down who did I want to speak to. Well, I'm 42. I don't really want to say I want to talk to 18-year-olds at this point, although I can help 18-year-old single mothers. They're in a different group. They need somebody else to kind of speak to them a little bit more. Some of them come on over here and we have a really good time, but they may not be ready because I've experienced some things that maybe they aren't there with yet. Does that make sense? I have some books and some resources to help them. And when they're ready for coaching, that's great. But remember, if I'm a business, I need to be in business to make money as well as support and help people. So that means that my particular coaching clients have to be able to afford me. So what I did was I said, okay, single mothers that now have gone through life like I did, have built up their income, have gone through the tough parts, still some are coming our way, right? Let's be honest, this is life, but have, gone through the education system, leveled up a little bit in their career, and now have disposable income to be able to pay a coach to help them, are probably around the ages of 33 to 44. Now, we know that we got plenty of folks in their 20s that can afford to pay for coaching now, plenty of folks in the 40s that I didn't list. But who am I fit for? Who kind of falls in line, listens to the way that I speak, the way that I teach, can learn from me, right? Are teachable. I'm not saying that you're not if you're outside of those age ranges. I just have to be able to narrow it down and pick and choose. Does that make sense? They're also within the age range closer to me, probably have had some of the teaching that I've had and understand some of my old-fashioned values. Does that make sense to y'all? Okay, so we have to figure out what's the market, okay? What's the age group? Now let me tell you what else. So then I had to start showing up. I showed up and then I started paying attention to, okay, the women who are purchasing from me, the women who are coming out to my events, the women who are interacting with me, what do they look like? Okay, their demographics. This is what we call it. And this is not what I'm teaching tonight. I'm just giving you a little bit. I'm gonna tell you in a minute what I want you to really, really do. But if you're thinking that you're just gonna open up a cupcake shop tomorrow and people are gonna buy your cupcakes, you're gonna be sitting there with some cupcakes. You have to know who you're selling cupcakes to, okay? So what did I say? I said I wasn't going to class my single mothers by ethnicity, but I was going to class my single mothers by age range. And then I'm going to class them by how much money are they bringing in, okay, to be able to afford the type of services that I offer. Okay. Also, I thought about what situations and circumstances they've gone through to get them to the point where they're ready to be coached. Does that make sense? I hope I'm giving you something. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, give a girl a heart, give me a comment. If you're over on Facebook, I put a poll out there. I'd love for you to answer it so that you can kind of tell me where you are in your business and how your marketing is going, right? And so if you're dropping things on Instagram, I apologize. I can't see right now because I'm trying to give this good tea to y'all. But this is some tea that took me, I would say I was probably 3 years into my business before I sat down and really started focusing. What I'm teaching you right now is called our customer avatar, right? And so before we even start making the pretty ads, before we start doing the pretty commercials, before we start making the beautiful flyers, before we start running Facebook ads, before we do Twitter ads, before we do whatever you plan on doing or whatever you've been doing, you have to really know who your customer is. Is everybody getting what I'm saying? Okay, so before we start this big old marketing machine, I want you to really do the work of knowing who you want to serve. That way, you'll know if who you want to serve is actually receiving what you're putting out. See, we have a lot of folks who are like, I post on social all the time and nobody interacts with me, right? You're not using the right hashtags. You're not using hashtags that people within that age range are using, right? Are you even on the platform that people like that are on, right? Does that make sense? There's a reason why I'm on Instagram right now, and there's a reason why I'm on Facebook. Right? Because people like me, people in my age group, folks who are looking for what I have are hanging out on Instagram and Facebook. Right? I used to do Periscope. I love Periscope, but Periscope for me had so much interaction with people who weren't for me, and they would come in and interrupt the message. We don't get so much of that on Facebook and Instagram, and that's why I like it. Right? I love my Periscope family, by the way. All right, so what's up, y'all? Hey. Oh, marketing is great. School has kidnapped you. Well, you know what? You're in school for a reason, right? Because we got to level up in our careers and in our knowledge. And then one day you'll be able to have some coins to help you put into your business, right? And you'll have all this good knowledge when you're ready. So, hey, tell me what you're majoring in, girl. I didn't know you're back in school. All right, so let's keep talking. So once you have your business, which we talked about the business foundation, and we talked about how to get legal, all that good stuff, and you're ready to build your website out, all these things so people can find you. What I'm telling you right now in your marketing, you want to be speaking to the right people, because you can market all day long and say, I've put all this money, because I've done it. And the thing that excited me the most, because I did a Facebook ad one time and I told everybody, I said, I've had the most success with Facebook ads when I put in the demographics of my people, right? When I listen to this guru and that guru, I'm just making Facebook richer. But when I actually said, I'm going to sit down and say, you know what? I want to host an event. This is what it's going to be about. And this is who I would like to come. And I put that information in there. People bought tickets, people who I didn't even know. Why? Because it resonated with them, because they're looking for somebody like me. They're looking for what I have to offer, and I know my customer. Does that make sense? And so to save yourself time, money, energy, listen, I spent a whole bunch of years and lost a whole bunch of sleep, okay, trying to figure out who was uniquely fit for me. And so I want you to know that when you go through and sit back and say, if you're already selling, then I want you to make a list. If you already have some customers, people who've purchased from you, it's great when people who you don't know personally purchase from you, because you can be like, let me research a little bit, right? You know, what made her want to do this? Go ask her a question. Go ask him a question. You know, thank you so much for your purchase. How are you liking it? What made you pick, you know, our business, our company? You know, go and ask them, talk to them. Okay, but do not do any marketing until you know who your customer is. And guess what? I would market, I would test, I would, you know, hold the event, do the training, whatever it was that I was doing. And then I sit back and I look at the results. I sit back and I look at the information. And let me tell you something, there is nothing like hosting an event full of women who want to be there, who are all in, who are so thankful and excited that they found what they were looking for. That's just the most fulfilling feeling for me. Had so much fun doing it. And I want you to have a success too. So marketing 101 is knowing who your customer is. Knowing who your customer is. Okay, there are people who you're like, I just talked to entrepreneurs. Okay, well, you can break entrepreneurs down into categories. You got people who are just starting out. You got folks who are in the middle. You got people who've been seasoned. Who are you talking to? You got people who are entrepreneurs who make certain amounts of money. Who is it? Who do you want to help within that? So you got to really start segmenting when you, and nowadays they call it your niche or niching or your niche, right? I'm in the South, we say niche. It's been niche all my life. All of a sudden folks are saying niche. All right, we'll let y'all have it, okay? But it's segmenting, right? Knowing who you want to talk to. And so I'm a Christian. I love to talk about my faith. I love to infuse my coaching with Bible-based teaching. And so when I am talking to people, that's going to come out. That's when I started out earlier telling you that I am passionate, I'm multi-passionate, and people who get that, are for me. People who don't like me to talk about that, then I'm not the coach for them. That's fine. I'm okay with it. I exist to help people who are looking for what I'm giving, period. And people know what I'm giving because I tell them. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to y'all? Okay, I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. Let me scoot back. So knowing who your people are is going to help you be more successful in your business than just throwing something out there and hoping that it sticks. Does that make sense? Okay, is everybody getting that? All right, give me a little heart. Let me know you're on. So here are a few things that I want you to think about. I wrote down 7 thingies that I want you to take away, 7 little tips that I want you to take away from our conversation tonight. And so I could come back later and do a whole big lesson on marketing. Okay, but the first thing to get you started is please know who you want to talk to. If you can do that and you can zero in on that message, those folks will hear you faster. That will help your business get further, right? That'll help you earn money. And you can start then saying, so Delilah bought from me and she bought 4 t-shirts for her cousins. Wow, this queen tee really resonated with her. Let me see why Delilah was so interested in supporting my brand. Was it because I'm a Black woman-owned business and she's really into Black girl magic and supporting Black-owned businesses? Okay, she happens to love my graphics. She loves that my tees are economically priced, or I am a higher end t-shirt company and we use quality products and we use certain types of, whatever it is. You see what I just did there? Did you see what I did? I looked at what was it about the customer, and then I looked at, okay, what was it about your product? So you're marrying the two. Make sense? And then you can put that into your message. You put that into your message. When I'm going to buy sheets, I'm looking for the thread count. Now, how am I going to know what the thread count is unless they tell me that on their packaging, right? That's part of their marketing. Yeah, so kind of listen to what I'm saying. I know I'm giving you a few little things all at once, but really and truly get to know who your customer is. And you're saying, Kaywanda, I'm starting a new business. I don't know who my customer is. Well, you still sit down and you think about who you want to serve, and you still add that as a part of your messaging, okay? Which is so key. Messaging and talking to the right people. All right, so I wrote down some things for you today that I want you to keep in mind. So marketing is all about your messaging. You're constantly putting it out there. It's continuous. It's not something we do and then we stop. We do it all the time. Okay, so you're always going to see things on me from social. You're always going to see things coming up and down my timeline, talking to you about what I offer. And every now and again, you're going to see me say, hey, grab this course. Hey, join this group. Hey, you really need to be at this event. Okay, but I'm not constantly selling. I'm constantly serving. Does it make sense? I'm constantly serving because I'm a business to serve. And because I'm serving, I'm making money. Does it make sense? Okay. All right. So marketing is all about messaging the right people. Make a note of that. Write that down. Okay. So you need to know, who do you serve? You need to know, who do you want them? You need to know, who do you want them to share your message with? Like when a girl buys from me, I want her to go tell her bestie, oh my God, who's also a single mom. Or I want her to go tell her cousin, or I want her to go tell somebody. I want her to go tell her group on Facebook. I want her to go tell her friends and be like, oh my God, I read this book. It changed my life. Oh my God, I took this course. You have to take this course. This is how I want people to feel, right? So who are you talking to? How do you want them to feel? What do you want them to do when they work with you? Okay. All right. So these are the real steps. Number 1, going into business. Why are you doing it? Who are you doing it for? Who's your niche? That's number 1. We talked about the people. Who are your people? My single moms range from the age of 33 to 46-ish. They can be outside of those age ranges. I love y'all. Come on in, honey. And most times they are, right? But I know that within that range is where we just about get our lives together and we're able to say, oh, I can't do this. I've tried to do this overall. I need help. And now I can afford to get somebody to come help me, because we don't go to the doctor without paying them. We don't go to Walmart without giving them coins for those products we have in that buggy. So we should not say, let me go to Kaywanda, who should help me, and I not pay her for her time, talent, ability, and the fact that she just gave me my whole life and a serious plan to get it done, right? Okay, that's coaching. All right, so then number 2, I want you to get your messaging right. So every time I'm introducing myself, I say, hi, I'm Kaywanda Lamb, the winning single mom. I provide services, support, resources to single mothers who are looking to level up their income, manage motherhood, and win at life. That's my messaging. That's my messaging. What do they want? They want to level up their income, whether that is making more money in their career, whether that's getting bilingual, taking classes with me in my other business, whether that is creating a side hustle, okay, or starting a full-fledged business, managing motherhood. We already know the discipline, the parenting, the mindset, the shift, the organization, the focus, the helping them really realize that they can do this by themselves. You would not believe so many people who are just down on themselves about the fact that they feel like they're failing as a mother, or they're really upset that they have to do it by themselves. And, you know, sometimes I'm recommending women to go get therapy, right? And then there's some things that really just need coaching. You just really need the steps and the practicality of it, of how to organize your life, right? And so, and then the winning at life. And that's something that I uniquely love to talk about. That's my whole thing. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to live my best life, and nobody's going to stop me, because there was a season when I allowed people to, and I refuse. And so everything that I do, there's always this element of, okay, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it anyway. You just know I'm going to rise above it. Some kind of way I'm coming out. Just wait to watch. Keep watching the throne. Okay, keep watching. And so, you know, whoever's looking for that finds me, that contagious desire to live and love life. Okay, and that's all part of my authenticity. Because I also tell you how I sucked and you know, moped around for 3 years and cried and kicked and fussed, and things didn't go my way. And then I realized I had the power to choose not to do that. And that was just the most eye-opening moment for me, right? So I help other people get there. Okay, let's get back to y'all's list for marketing. All right. So number 3 was get your overall game plan together. Okay, I'm going to be offering some VIP days. I'll be posting this week about those, so I can help you get your overall game plan together. But you're going to need to get your overall game plan. That's why I started out saying marketing is a whole system. It's a system. We're constantly marketing, and it doesn't have to be something you feel bad about, feel like it's too daunting. Okay, you just need to set up the steps before. I used to run and throw something against the wall and see if it would stick, and I realized that's a hot mess. Okay, and sometimes we have really good ideas and really good services that we have to offer people, but we didn't take the time to set up the system. And so I need you to get your game plan and not do that. Okay, so I did it for you. You don't have to. Number 4, you're going to craft a great strategy. Okay, so number 4, within your marketing, you're going to craft a great strategy. It's something I want you to do. Number 5, you need to know you're going to have to hustle to get noticed. You're going to have to hustle to get noticed, period. So some of the things that I did early on was I was a guest writer for other websites. Okay, so you say, how do you get into this space? How do you get out here? There's a great resource called Help a Reporter Out, HARO, Haro. But obviously somebody took their website or something, or got that name before, because it's not haro.com, I don't think. I think it is literally, you spell it out, Help a Reporter Out. So I'm on their email list, so I always get every day this daily digest. And that's how I was in Glamour. That's how I was able to be in Glamour Mag online. I used to love the Gilmore Girls, and it was all about this lady being a single mom, right? And all the things she went through, the dating, the ups and downs, the family, the drama, all that stuff. And people love that show, and I love that show. And so, of course, went off the air, and then they did a reboot of it, like, years later. And it was on Netflix. It was coming out. And so a reporter she said, hey, I want to interview some single mothers about what they think about this. And my friends were like, how did you get in Glamour? I'm like, I just answered. I answered a response. I was a source for a reporter. So Help a Reporter Out is a good way. I mean, Forbes is in there. Lots of people, no matter where they work all over the world, need sources for their articles. They need people who are actually, whether you're a doctor or a relationship therapist, whatever it is, they need people to answer for quotes and to give them background and stories. And we just had the most amazing phone call. That particular journalist, we were on probably about an hour. She was so intrigued, and she did a really good job of taking notes and getting my quotes right. And so it was an honor to be in Glamour Mag online. And then other people mentioned me. Other people, have mentioned me in Black Enterprise and, said, hey, this is one to watch and this person you need to follow, da, 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 da. And that's an honor. But what I'm saying to you is we get out here and we show up and we do the work. So don't skip the hustle. Don't skip the working hard. But just know that you need to know who you're talking to. And if you know who you're talking to and you become an expert in the area, because most of us, when we start, period, we're already experts. We just need other folks to know we're experts, right? So whatever it is that you're good at, get out there and show up doing it. So hustle to get noticed, guest writing, doing guest posts, of course, on your social, showing up as a source for other people and a resource. One of the coolest things that I ever learned how to do was just say, hey, I want to help you out with your event. Or, hey, I want to help you out with this. Do you need any help with this? Okay, but somebody who's already in my industry, already in that field, and being a source for them, not to, be sneaky or underhanded or, use people, none of that stuff, just to show up and be a source, and you would be amazed. Okay, so Harrow is one good option. And then guest writing, guest blogging. We can talk about more things on another one, okay, because I know I told y'all I want to keep this one short today. But number 6, you also want to be connecting online and off. As a part of your marketing strategy, you need to also, like I said earlier, branding for me, the way I dress, the colors that I use, how I introduce myself, the certain places that I'm showing up at, the certain events I'm showing up at. I'm not at everything, right? But I'm connecting online and I'm connecting off. And so that's also something you need to be doing. And so if you have an offline business, but you also want to have an online component, you need to figure out how you want to do that. If you have an online business, you should also be working and connecting offline, okay? I know a lot of these gurus out here talking about how much money you can make online. Did y'all see me roll my eyes? Okay. They make money on telling people that they can help them make money, and the people are paying the money, and that's just about how it goes. So make sure that you're actually connecting online and offline, and you're watching your investments, and you're looking to see how you're getting back what you've invested into. What are the numbers? How did that work? Okay. And then the last thing was stay true and consistent to you, to your message, to your company. All right. So that I told you who I am, right? I think I didn't have to really tell you, because probably if you're watching me and you've been doing so for a long time, you kind of know the things I like to talk about. It's going to be my faith. It's going to be education. It's going to be business, right? Okay. And obviously single parenting, right? So those are my big 4. And that's just uniquely who I am and what I like to talk about and what I like to do. And people who are okay with that, tune in. People who are not okay with it, it's okay. God bless you. I'm not upset. I'm only here to serve the ladies that God has called me to serve. And the gents, right? Because we have some of our single dads who come on over. So, I talked to you earlier about why it is so important. We can market all day long. We can post 1 million times. We could be on 8 different streams and not have any results because we don't have our message clear. And this is something I used to fuss about. And then when I finally did it, when I finally sat down and said, who do I want to serve? It bust wide open in my business. And I'm telling you, when I was writing the book, my first book, I had to really sit down and say, who do I want this to be for? And that is when I was doing the writing and I really thought back, I could see her, no matter what color she was, across this world, because people have bought my books in Australia, France, the UK, okay, Japan, Canada, the US. I look online and I'm just like, wow, it's just a blessing. To be able to touch people in places I've never been, and I hope to go and visit one day. But when I sat down, I really thought about who she was and what her life looked like, right? And as I wrote those words on the pages, I did it to be able to speak to that particular woman and that particular space. And that transcended her demographics, right? Does that make sense to y'all? Okay, so when you're sitting back thinking, who's going to wear my tees? Who would I love to wear my tees? Who would I love to wear my jewelry? Who do I want to take my coaching? Who do I want to, whatever it is that you are creating, your marketing starts with who that person is. What do you know about them? How do you want them to feel? What do you want them to go and do next? Okay, so if you're high end, say you want to sell high end clothing, okay, there are people for that. So you need to actually know that that means that you're going to have that higher end look. You're going to have to use higher level vocabulary, right? Because, when folks are thinking high end, they think a certain way, they act a certain way, they drive certain things. They want stuff to look a certain way. So you need to go and be looking and see, okay, who else is marketing to higher folks who make higher incomes and like higher end things? And what does that look like? Does that make sense to you? Okay, let me see y'all. I got y'all over here. All right. I hope that helped. I have not been going through looking at the questions. I see lots of smiles and hearts, and I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Health and behavioral sciences. All right. Oh, wow. Go, girl, med school. You better get it. Hey, everybody, waving. So I appreciate you. Thanks for the hearts. I appreciate you tuning in. If you got questions, pop them. Hey, over on Facebook. This is the part where I think we start saying, oh, I don't have a marketing degree. Oh, I don't have an advertising degree. Oh, how am I going to do this? And it doesn't have to be rocket science, but it will take a little bit of sitting down. And this is when we talked about the other week, when you need to have a business plan. And that tells you where you're going. That tells you how you're going to market to your customer. That tells you who your customer is, because you've already put that all out in your business plan. I told you guys about SCORE. And this is something that I want to actually be able to do in a whole day, sitting with a beautiful, amazing mom who's ready to start her business, or who's already started and she needs a little support and a little help. So that's why I'm going to be opening up some VIP days. And so I am trying to turn this one so y'all can see me. There we go. Halfway off the screen. I don't know what we're doing either. All right. So one of the things that I think is super important, and it's something that we overlook, is how we're going to get out there. Okay. Some of these folks, they seem to come out of nowhere. And they didn't come out of anywhere. They had a plan and they worked their plan, right? Okay, you actually have to set a plan and work it. And that's one of the things that I fought against, even being a business management major, having taken marketing classes and all this good stuff. I fought against it because I just wanted to go by what felt right. And feeling right is great, but having a plan is also greater. And so sit down tonight and start. I know you probably are like me and you always have the little notebooks. I have these cute ones that I love that I got from Oso Paper Co. Is this not cute? Oh my God, I ordered this one for Christmas. She had these little minis on. And this is Danielle Stewart, a single mom as well, who is just fabulous and so creative. And I love her little notebook. So this is my second one. I ordered 3. So I filled up the first one. Now I'm on to my second one finally. And so if you're like me and you're always taking notes and you're always jotting down ideas, don't just fill those things out and sit them down. Go back through and look at those great ideas. Look at the strategy you put there. Look at, the dream you have for your business. Kind of go through it, condense it, and start moving on it, right? And so if you know that you need some support and you need some help, I'm going to be opening up, like I said, some VIP days this summer. And I'm going to start by talking to some moms on discovery calls so we can see if we're a really good fit for each other. I'll come back at the end of this and put my Calendly down. That's the app that I use. It's calendly.com/Kaywanda Lamb/ discovery call, but I'll come back and put the link for y'all. Instagram, I don't know how to put the link. I apologize. We'll figure it out for y'all, but I'll post it over on Facebook. You can also connect with me at kaywandalamb.com. And remember, just get out there and do it. We can sit down sometimes and have these great dreams, and a year has gone by and we still haven't launched. So I don't want you to think that you can't just start doing what you need to do. But I do want you to know that it's important to finally get to brass tacks and know why you're doing what you're doing and who you're doing it for. If you can get that down, you're on to something amazing already. All right. So God bless y'all. I'm going to go put some oatmeal bath on and doctor these little bites I had after living my best life. And I'll look forward to talking with you guys next week to see what you want to discuss. I suspect we'll go a little bit deeper into marketing because we hit on some really good pointers today. And I don't want you to be lost and overwhelmed. But yes, there is something called your avatar, and you need to know who they are. Some people call them your personas, your buyer personas, and persona, persona. And it's really the person, like I said earlier, I could see the mom that I wanted to read my books. I could see the mom that I want to coach with me, right? And honestly, when women come through and I'm working with them, I'm just like, she's so my customer. She's so my customer. Because that joyous, happy, good-spirited person who's just really trying to raise their family and level up their life, that's the person that's for me. Does that make sense? And she knows it, right? And she knows it, and we work well together. All right, so God bless you. Have an amazing eve. It's Monday tomorrow, and that means that if you're going to work tomorrow, I want you to live your best life. I want you to show up and be amazing. But when you come home, I want you to be able to put some energy into your dreams, right? So prepare tonight so you can win during the week. And go ahead and block that schedule for time to put into your business, side hustle, and your kids. Does that make sense? All right. God bless y'all. Thanks for tuning in to Mom Chat. Drop those questions. I'll come back and answer them later. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good week. Talk to y'all later. Bye, Insta. All right. So I got to post that for them. Facebook, I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves. Hey, Shay. Hey, Catherine. Hey, everybody that tuned in on Facebook. This lighting, I don't know what is going on, but we'll fix it for next time. So on everything we discussed today, it really boils down to just know who you want to talk to and how you want to talk to them. If you can get that situated, you're ready. You're ready to build out the foundation to your business. But we can't just say all single mothers. We can't just say all Black people. We can't just say all business owners, right? Because it matters. It matters. It matters. It matters. And so start doing that homework, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.